this. How do I go to the other line? Okay, finally. All right, so I got these two suggestions inside the Discord community. And I asked that I want to try do sculpting a bit more punctually. And yeah, I asked for these two references and I couldn't decide. So I got a suggestion that just toss a coin, bro. So yeah, that is what we're going to do first and foremost. So let's put this as heads. The both of them are heads, but yeah, this is heads, this is tails. And I should have brought a coin with me, but I hope there's an online coin toss or something. Oh, wow, Google offers one. Not bad. Okay, let's flip this. And yeah, this one is heads. This one is gonna be tails. So let's do it. All right, it's heads. So we're sculpting this stylized Asian dude. Let me just load this on a separate monitor because that is how I like to sculpt. Yeah, having everything on the same screen, it just distracts me a lot. Yeah, somehow the result is better when I have it on a separate monitor. Yeah, I'll have to minimize myself. Maybe somewhere here should be fine. Yeah, let's load the reference image here as well so that anyone who joins can see what we're up to. Alrighty. Where's OBS? Where did OBS go? Right, alright, alright. Alright. Okay. This is a very interesting reference, by the way. It's been a while. I've sculpted an Asian dude or an Asian face. This is gonna be interesting. Or maybe we don't need this short screen. I don't really upload shots that much. Let's just focus right here. All right. So the first stage, of course, it's the initial block out. There's nothing too fancy about this. But yeah, I'm really excited about the eyes because Asian eyes, they are literally my favorite. I love sculpting them. They are so unique. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to sculpt them. Another thing about the Asian faces, right? It's the features are just super close. They're very, very flat. It doesn't have a lot of depth in the eye sockets. You can see how close everything is to the surface of the face. And that is a really interesting part of sculpting Asian faces. And then, of course, we have the eyes, which are the main distinguisher of a Asian face. Now, the blockout is probably the most important part because everything in your sculpt needs to be procedural. If the base sucks, then everything you put on top of it is gonna suck as well. Not bad for a start. Make the neck. Let's pull out the neck. By the way, yeah, I thought I had made the setting to be not for kids or something. That's just something weird in the default setting when you're trying to stream, and it just disables comments. Yay, my one. Yeah, your reference one, bro. I did a coin flip here on Google. Apparently, Google offers a coin toss if you want to do it. Yeah, you won. We got heads. Though, in all honesty, I was a bit intrigued to sculpt this as well. I loved the look of the second one, but yeah, this was. It had been a while I've sculpted Asian faces or Asian anything. So yeah, it's really interesting. I love the reference, by the way. So thank you for recommending this. I see that you are very tired to edit videos with that OBS camera. Oh, it's not about being tired, bro. This is actually more convenient because the thing is when I'm recording with OBS, I cannot actually see where did I place the camera. So let me share my OBS screen here. So I would be somewhere here if I was recording this. Okay, right here. But this is not going to be visible when I'm recording here. And what ended up happening a lot of times was that I was overlapping some stuff. Oh, why did this one freeze? Just a sec. And yeah, what would happen a lot of times is that I was here and then I would cover up something and I did not know because on the I cannot see it in this screen. But this one is a physical one here. So I can actually see where I am. If I'm covering something, I can move myself to the side. So yeah, this is a lot more convenient. It's not like a laziness thing, it's more of a convenience thing. But yeah, I am tired and I am a bit lazy too. Not lazy, but yeah, I'm tired of editing videos. And I just find that if I edit videos a lot, then it affects the consistency with which I can upload videos. So you may have noticed all of the recent videos are just one shot, one go videos. I'm not editing them. It just allows me to be more consistent with stuff. Maybe, if I really want to cover a point and I cannot do it with talking, I'm gonna edit some stuff or something. But yeah, I'm glad I'm not editing and I'm posting a lot more consistently. Yeah, it's been a game changer for me as well. I literally have two videos scheduled already, three more videos planned. That's going on much better now. I just realized that the more advice I got about YouTube, the more confused I got, and the more I enabled myself from being consistent with it. It's the same as sculpting. If you watch a lot of instructors, if you watch a lot of tutorials, you just freeze yourself in the same place because you don't know what to do next. Which one is the best one? So the best one is the one that works for you. I just realized that I've built my audience so far without any extra tactics, any extra editing tricks. So yeah, there's no need for me to do it. I just need to be consistent with what I can, make the videos I wish I had, and yeah, cut out all the noise. So that has been very helpful for me. Is our camera on right? Rose. Oh, I have a camera on the right. Yeah, see, this is what happens. I could not see it on the screen here and only knew this because you pointed it out. There you have it. Uh, Happy to see you guys catching up. It's actually been a while. So far, so good. Yeah, this with the reference because I really want to get this right. Yeah, but I don't want to dig this too far either because I know Asian eyes are not gonna be that hollow, that deep, very shallow. Let's see from the side. There's a bit of a dip, not that bit. Currently struggling with the eye shape of hair. One eye is able to recover. Honestly, no, it does. All right, not bad. I love when people are helpful to each other. I think we should all look out for one another. Yeah, this is actually why communities are really, really important. And being around with people who are similar minded, because all you talk about is the same thing. And there's so much to learn this way. Oh, this guy actually has a very long nose. Let me check the proportions. Is this halfway? It's a bit below halfway, actually. Maybe about here. But of course, let's just get the features in and then we can refine it anytime. Yeah, this is the good thing about sculpting digitally. I just cannot fathom how the traditional sculptors they sculpted. They did not have undo or control Z. Like, bro, if you mess up the proportions, it's gone. New marble, new pick a new marble, stone or whatever it's called, slab. Yeah, but this one is a waste. Oh my God, the frustration I cannot imagine. Imagine you're sculpting a marble masterpiece, and then suddenly you hit the hammer a bit too hard, and it breaks into two. Damn, bro. Good thing we have Blender. Just roughly blocking out a shape for the lips. Yeah, you need to push the lips in from the sides as well. Otherwise, it's just going to be like a duck face or something. I don't know what's it called, but that's going to be very flat and not natural at all. By the way, the goal with this practice exercise is never to get 100%. I just want to, this is an interesting reference. As long as it's something similar, it's a success. Forehead down, lips are forward. Let me actually draw this instead of eyeballing this. Your lips forward, chin is a bit behind. I think we're good. Now this already sort of looks Asian for some reason. But yeah, let's sculpt a bit more. Maybe let's work on the ear before it gets a bit too high poly. I just feel my initial blockouts for the ears are always a bit too big. Or maybe they are right, but I just like having a bit of a smaller ear than the generic proportions. That is because it makes the character look a bit younger. But of course, if your goal is to make someone who's mature, bigger ears and bigger nose is the answer. And the reason that works is because after a certain age, all of the facial features they just stop growing, apart from the nose and the ears. So interestingly, they just keep growing. Move myself here a bit. How far are we into this? 20 minutes. I've gotten sluggish, bro. Let's not try to stylize this yet. I just want to get the main forms first, and then we can worry about stylizing this, adding all these lines and everything. But let's just be happy with the proportions first. Okay, time to dive into the eyes. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, I think I should dig the sockets in a bit first. Yeah. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Damn, I think these eyes are gonna be a bit too big. But let's see. Compare from the third quarter. Maybe. Yeah, maybe they're gonna be a bit too big. But yeah, nothing we cannot adjust later. Let's just roughly see what this is gonna look like. I make it. Yeah. No, too exposed. Okay. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I don't think this is working. Yeah, I need to bring this more forward. think we can block this out first, then worry about the detail later. Yeah, this seems fine. Yo. Okay. I think the eyes are a bit too close. We can tighten this up a bit. Oh boy. Yeah, using the mask brush. Yeah. Let me get some water and turn on the fan. It's getting a bit hot. Oh boy, nothing's better than cold, freezing water. Where did I put my pen? Yeah, we're really, really close to the end. Not really, really close, which I think I'm gonna start stylizing this very soon. By the way, I don't know how to keep talking on a stream. I mean, if there's someone interacting, I love chatting, but other than that, it's how do you keep talking, bro? I have no clue. And yeah, by the way, I think I'll be streaming every Friday from now on. I just want to do this a bit more punctually. Before this, it was always a bit impulsive. Oh, yeah, let's just stream today. I feel like streaming, but yeah, I really want to schedule this every Friday. That works for me. And so does for the most of my community members. I think we can begin the stylizing process. Let me just save a backup file. Just in case I mess something up, I remesh a value that is too high. And yeah, what I like to notice is all these lines and planes. Once you have the basic form, it's just so much easier to do this. So like, for example, I notice this line here, this line here. I notice these lines on the nose, below the lips, on the lips, this line here. It's just all about exaggerating a few things or dialing down a few things. Yeah, this doesn't work unless you have good grasp over the basics. This is really what a lot of beginners do, myself included. What I wanted to do from the get-go was I wanted to make stylized sculpts, but you don't know what you want to exaggerate or dial down if you don't know what you're sculpting. Yeah, as a fun fact, it's just easier to stylize this. I did make stylized characters before this as well, but I found this very particular style which worked and I kept spamming it, but it wasn't authentic. It wasn't actually what I wanted to learn or do. It was just what was working at the time. Yeah, it's just simply using the crease brush, the smooth brush. Look, I'm creasing where I see the planes, and then I'm smoothing in between to make it flat areas. Let me mute this for the prayer. I think the chin can be a bit too long. It does seem that this is a bit long. Also, the face can be a bit slimmer. I want to compare this angle from the side. This is very easy to get wrong. Yeah, you can see the way I like to compare this. See this corner of the mouth, draw a straight line, and the jaw is a bit above this area. So we can mask this area and just simply push the jaw up a bit. This needs to be a straight line. We need this triangle form. Yeah, much better. Hello, Ishaq. Oh, why did I get messages so suddenly? All of them together. Wait, yeah, sorry guys if I wasn't replying. I just got them just now. Spam of messages. What I was afraid you would say that. I was trying to stay away from retopo. You already knew the answer to your question, kinda. What's going on, bro? I missed so much. I'm sorry for not for not replying. Damn. Okay, let me see. Notice the bit squashed like of a fighter. He looks high as. Okay. Hello, Isaac. Hello, Karuma. What's up, brother? You look like Sassy from Brazil. Who's that? I have no idea. I'm gonna drop an attempt. I made Nikolai. Wanna check it out? Hello, Shizuma. How are you? Richard. Gosto muito do seu trabalho. Bro, I do not know what I spoke just now. What is this language? Yeah, I was thinking that maybe it's just a quiet stream today, and apparently the messages weren't loading for me. It's just a, I just got a spam wall right now. Sorry about that, guys. I really good, and you? I'm good as well. Thank you. I like much your work and your accent, bro. I get made fun of my accent all the time because it's Indian. But yeah, it. Glad to hear that. Thank you. He said he like a lot your work. Oh, what language is this? Gosto muito do seu trabalho. Did I say it right? I'm just getting a feeling that I said this right. The language is Brazil. Nice. Yeah, happy to see you tuning in from Brazil. By the way, how's the weather at your places, guys? It's super hot here. Super, super hot. The temperature is about 37 degrees. I think it's even more now. It's above 40. Yeah, 41 degrees. Damn. Super, super hot. Tá perfeito. Okay. I think it says it was perfect. I think this is good enough. I'm just going to color this and let's see what happens once we add a bit more life to this. Yeah, coloring is, this is an easy way to do it. You don't have to UV or anything. And you can even render this. So I like this way of coloring stuff. And it just barely takes about 5 minutes to color or something. Yeah, do color your sculpts. Not if you still suck at sculpting. If you suck at sculpting, just practice your sculpts. Really, being completely honest. Being this on material, turning on shadows, this is more than enough if you're just practicing sculpting. Don't color your sculpts yet, bro. The main thing is always the base. And let's say you have an hour to practice every day, spend that time just practicing on the base, just practicing sculpting. Because if you're coloring it, you're not sculpting. If you're UV unwrapping this, you're not sculpting, bro. Yeah. Everything else other than sculpting, when you're trying to learn sculpting, is not going to help you. I made this mistake very long time and I kept wondering, why am I not improving? Why am I not seeing any results? I'm stuck in the same place. I wasn't stuck. I was just spending my time in the wrong place. The fastest way you're going to get results with sculpting is by focusing on sculpting and avoiding everything else. Yeah, you need to worry about retopology later when it's time to retopologize something. Before that, just forget it, bro. For me, it's optimal 22 degrees Celsius. Bro, 22 degrees Celsius is so pleasant. I love when it's around 18 to 22. That is a beautiful weather. Here is 16 degrees, it's raining. Wow, that is super cold. For me, it's 30 actually. 30, 29. These are hot as well. Hot, hot weathers. By the way, do you guys like summer or winter more? For me, I just love winters. It's okay no matter how much cold it gets, I can tolerate it, but the heat, just I just feel a bit suffocated when it's extremely hot. The only good thing about summers is the summer fruits. I love summer fruits. I love mangoes, lychees, them all the summer fruits. They're super super cool. But the weather, damn bro, it's intolerable. Summer 100% and tomorrow 34. I dislike winter. I'm preparing myself to watch your 5 hours videos about sculpting. Don't prepare yourself, bro. Just go for it. You're never gonna be ready. It's always a leap of faith. Just dive into it, heads on. Also, the time you spend preparing, oh, bro, you're wasting time. Just go for it. There's never gonna be a right moment for anything. You just need to go for it. Just a surprise. Let me get this. Just a sec. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Back. If it's gonna be the same winter in Alaska, sure, I love winter, but summer, I like it better. It feels more alive. Is it because of the plants and the trees and everything? In winters, you're in Turkey, right? So in Turkey, I think it snows a lot and everything is white, ice capped, right? The contrast in my city in the winters and summers, it's just too much, bro. I mean, in winters, it can go as low as 2 degrees, 3 degrees, and in summers, it can go as high as 48 degrees, which is a huge contrast. Huge contrast. Winter in Istanbul is just rainy, but even colder, that's it. It happens in inner Anatolia, not in big cities like where I live. Oh, interesting. Is it like the winds, they penetrate your body? Damn, bro, those winter breezes. Oh, they're just too harsh. One non-related question, yeah. How is IA affecting or no affecting your work? Oh, you mean AI, right? I think you misspelled, so I'm gonna wait for you to confirm. I think you meant AI. Yes, yeah, okay. How is it affecting or not affecting your work? My work, it has not affected me yet. So I'm working with this client and he discovered an AI tool that makes 3D models. And he himself said, bro, I cannot work with this. The only application that I've seen of three of 2D to 3D AI models or 3D models that are generated by AI is that they can give you an initial good concept, a very good base to work off on, and then you can build on top of it. If you want to use it straight from the go, I've seen people using it in 3D printing. So one of my clients, he also made something with AI and then 3D printed it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And to be honest, I have found more use than drawbacks of AI. So let's say you're sculpting something and you need a reference or you need a concept. You can literally go to ChatGPT, have a conversation with ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT, I want an Asian guy with a fiery armor and in a 9 head proportion, and it's gonna generate it for you. So you can incorporate it inside your work as well. It works amazingly well. The Omni-Man sculpt that I made, I actually made a concept with ChatGPT and then I used it as a reference. And what I believe, bro, if AI can replace someone, they suck. If it's replacing you, you suck, bro. Simple, simply put. I believe that AI is just a tool and it should be used as a tool. It will replace some jobs, but it's gonna be the ones that are literally at the bottom. The bottom. The people who were just doing, they were just getting free salaries, bro. And they didn't have a lot of input. Like, for example, in 3D, AI is not that developed yet, but it's very developed in copywriting. So people who used to do copywriting work, they are not fired yet. And even when AI generates copies, okay, there is a seasoned copywriter above it all who is checking all of that and doing that. Okay, we have these 10 options. This one seems the best. Let's put this on the website. So yeah, there's always going to be a need for human touch. It is a good tool for concepting, for getting a lot of ideas, but at the end, it is your decision which idea do you want to go ahead with. A human can replace you anyway. Why worry about AI, in my opinion? Yeah, bro. If you suck, you're gonna get replaced by either way. And I think this is the mistake that a lot of artists make as well. They just follow what's trending instead of following their real passion. Because what's your real passion? You're gonna keep pursuing it. You're gonna keep chasing it just through sheer curiosity. And because you're so interested, you're gonna wanting to be learn more, keep getting better at it. And yeah, you're gonna be ahead of your game. But let's say if you're just following the latest trend, oh, I see a lot of people doing product renders. Let me do product rendering as well. You're gonna get bored very quickly. And then it's gonna start to feel like a chore. So far I have not seen any effect of AI in my work. But yeah, some people they do use it for 3D printing, which I have seen that you can generate a model and send it straight to a printer. That is an awesome use case. But if you want to generate something for games, oh no, no way, bro. You can get a base and then you can retopologize it. You can refine the textures a bit. You're gonna get good results. But yeah, it's not something that you need to be worried about yet. And yeah, I also believe that people, instead of hating on AI, they should start using it, utilizing it into their workflows. It is unfortunate the way that the AI models were trained without permissions, without any contribution or what was the word? Compensation to the artists whose work they've fed it to. But really, there's nothing that can be done about it. Yeah, that is an unfortunate part of AI. Look at the difference the eyes make. I think we can close the eyelids a bit more. But my honest opinion is that I don't think AI is going to be beneficial to the gaming industry because every game is Unreal Engine bullshit, like all of it. And to be able to run that all copy paste games, you need like 3K GPUs. I'm not sure what you meant by that. Could you maybe explain your point a bit more? Thanks for the opinion, of course, anytimes. I haven't ever heard a season 3 artist say that AI is gonna make them lose their job. I don't want to get 3D related. I question more to hear an actual artist's opinion. Nice view, thanks. Yeah, me neither, bro. I've never seen a seasoned person complaining about AI. And to be honest, when I talk to more seasoned artists, they say that, yeah, this is an amazing tool. This is amazing. This is really good for us. It's just the people us, who just don't want to work hard and just want to complain. They say, yeah, AI sucks, bro. AI just replaced me. But what were you contributing to the place where you were working? I have a friend who's in IT and he's like a software developer. I never heard him complain either. But he says that it's a blessing actually. There's a very interesting point that he raised, which was that it does, how should I say? Like for a beginner software engineer, it affects the quality of a beginner because every beginner is going to chat GPT getting the same results. But and yeah, whenever he's stuck at something, okay, he can go to chat GPT, ask chat GPT to code for him. But whenever there's a real problem where you actually need an experienced artist or an experienced software developer, chat GPT is going to fail. And yeah, that is where the beginners are going to fail as well. Yeah, they might get the skill, they might upgrade their skill because they have support of a chat GPT, but they cannot problem solve. An example that I can give you is a mathematician. All right. Calculators can make calculations of everything super easy, but when you present it with the real math problem, only the seasoned mathematician can solve it. No matter what calculator I give someone, you cannot solve it if you cannot understand the problem. AI, I think, is working based off the solutions and problems that have existed and the solutions that have been proposed. It cannot bring something new to the table. Why is this not working? Did I mask this? Oh yeah, it was masked. But yeah, if you ask my opinion, I think that it's amazing the things you can do with Chat GPT. Amazing, bro. And yeah, with other AI tools as well. If I'm a seasoned artist and I need to sculpt something, I already know how to sculpt a base or anything. Or let's say there's an occasion where I don't know how to approach this. I can use AI to get a base and then work on top of it. Let's read a few comments. Unreal Engine 5 is so unoptimized and you need to use DLSS or FSR or their upscaling tech. I heard that they had some Lumen technology where it doesn't really matter how high poly you go, but I think it works only for the environments. For characters, you still need to animate stuff, and bad topology is a hurdle to doing that. With the Lumen technology, you can literally just pop in any props, throw, no matter how high poly it is, it handles it like a champ. not characters. Even about characters, bro, you just need to do very little for the topology. It's insane how religiously people follow the perfect topology guides, whatever. It doesn't matter, bro. It just needs to be functional. As long as it's functional and it's doing its job, it's completely fine. I think my character is a bit more awake than this sculpt right here. Let's try to close the eyes a bit more. But yeah, this is almost done. I don't like working till I get 100% results. It's just practice. If you want likeness and 100% results, just trace, bro. Don't sculpt. Tracing is gonna be your best bet. Where did the chat go? Okay. In my desk work, the AI easily will replace my coworkers. My former boss is an AI assistant. He can't think anymore. What? Your boss is an AI? How does that work, bro? I'm intrigued. The day AI can perform extremely optimized game ready topology without humans having to do or connect it, that's when I'll say AI is interesting. The day that AI does retop for Aaron wants to speak with you, bro. Since you have to do it yourself. If it was AI, right? If retop flow was AI, you would just throw the model, it would automatically detect the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and make topology according it. Retop flow is a lot of manual work. It's a shortcut. I've seen videos. I haven't tried it yet. I bought it during the Humble Bundle deal, but I haven't tried it yet. Wait a minute, I'm going to mix that up. Nah. GTA 6 before AI does perfect retopo. Or you can 3D scan the reference person in their sleep if you want to. Yeah. Of course. I mean, bro, in games they use 3D scanning. They don't hire artists to sculpt character that or when they want likeness. They just bring in the actor and then they 3D scan their face. I think my uncle has been scanning my face at night. My former boss can't think right or know nothing since I have bad news for you. Everything. I mean, bro, AI is good for generating ideas, but you need to have the brain to at least think that, okay, how is this going to work? Why is this going to work? Whenever I try to get some opinions from I always ask, hey, why is this working? Why is this approach not better? Why is the one that you're suggesting? Why does this work? And then I have to use my own brain to make sense of it. But yeah, bro, if your boss is relying on AI without a brain, that is bad. Okay. Oh, I don't know why, but I've had this since university. I just forget to make the eyebrows always for some reason. It literally became a joke. Whenever I made a character in my university, my friends would be like, "Hey, did you make the eyebrows? Did you paint the eyebrows?" That is how much I forgot making eyebrows. Control I, mask, mask extract. What? Oh, the mask extract. Damn. Why is this not accurate? Sharpen mask. Let's try sharpen mask first. Then mask extract. Oh, bro, why are you not working? Let me expand this a bit more manually. AI is a tool and extension of oneself, not a replacement. The more you understand and know how to use it, the more effective you are, but it does not replace you. Yeah, agreed. Just a sec, guys. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, that was my call for. Ooh, yeah, that was my call for dinner. So I need to be going. But let's cut the eyebrows first. Yeah, this was an interesting stream. Damn, I just feel so silly because previously I was literally thinking that wow, this stream is really really quiet. It's okay. Whereas in actuality, I wasn't. I didn't see the messages coming. Let's just paint this black. Or it's a bit gray. Alt R. Why is. Oh, what's this? Okay. Apparently, I have some weird display here when I press Alt R and it's not resetting the rotation. GPU 20%, CPU. What's this, bro? Okay, let's do this manually. I'll check the problem later. I think the upper eyelid could be a bit more wider. That is something I should fix. But it's not such a big concern actually. Let's try to see if we can do this really, really quick. If not, it's not a big concern. It's NVIDIA stuff. That's NVIDIA stuff. All right. Okay, I need to go check the hotkeys and disable that. And yeah, you see, this is another occasion when I can just use ChatGPT. Like, hey, ChatGPT, I press Alt R, but this appeared. How do I turn this off? And it will know exactly how to help me. AI is amazing, bro. It did affect the eye shape when I was moving it down, but it's all right. Yeah, I really gotta get going, guys. My family's waiting for me on me for dinner. That is it for today's stream. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. Always love having you guys on the stream. Let me just quickly read the chat, see if there's anything I have to reply, and then we get going. Do you all think that air therapists would suck so much? I think there's a thing already. Oh boy, AI therapists. Yes, it's still better to use a hammer to hammer in the nails than to do it with your fingers. AI can be used in the same way. The promise made to me floating hoverboard. One boss who forgot to think. ChatGPT wants to murder me when it possesses robot. Damn. Imagine that the AI therapist gets too fed up and he just say, "Yeah, bro, just end your life already." Okay, that was a bit dark, but yeah. Let's hope AI never does that. I just want an AI who can do all my chores for me so that I can spend more time sculpting. Bro, when you find an AI who does that, let me know. On top. The eyelids should take up much more space in my opinion. Bye bye. Yeah, I noticed that too. The eyelids over here, they're a bit more exposed. But I think this is not that bad either. Ah, I'll just leave it here. Maybe revisit this later. That way I can have another look at this with fresh eyes. The eyelids should take up much more space, in my opinion. Bye, 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 bye. Yeah, therapist is nightmare. Yeah, bro, therapists are a nightmare in general. I think if you're your own best friend, if you really give yourself sincere advice and actually follow through, you're in a good place. Also, I just believe in practicing gratitude. When you build contrast of your lives with the life of people who are actually suffering, it just really humbles you down. There are people in worse conditions than us who, yeah, bro, it's just I don't think we deserve to be sad or depressed, considering the stuff that people go through. I just believe that if you practice gratitude and if you actually start appreciating the things that you have instead of wishing upon things that and complaining about things, it just fixes mental health. I've just find if you practice two things, your mental health is it's settled. You don't need to work on it anymore. Number one, just practice gratitude. And number two, just be your own best friend. You do these two things, you have good mental health. A really short example is people they say, "Oh, I'm useless. I'm a piece of shit. I can't do anything." And just actually imagine that there was a best friend of yours and he was going through the same things. Would you tell your best friend, "Yeah, you deserve it, you piece of shit. You should rot, die"? If not, then why do you tell those things to yourself? Whatever your situation is, just figure out what is the best thing that you can do. Everyone has difficulties in their life. It's just about contrast. It's always about glass half empty, glass half full. You can cry about the glass being half empty all the time, or you can just appreciate what little water you still have left. It's just a decision. It is literally a decision. So, yeah, I hope I killed all the AI therapists. You don't need an AI therapist, bro. All right, guys, I'm gonna get going now.